Hi, this is Christy at Crepe Myrtle Journals. I wanted to do another show and tell following up my video about how to make your own rubber stamps using art foam and cardboard. And I wanted to show you some examples of things I've made using my rubber stamps made out of art foam and cardboard, recycle, and just show and tell of some of the things I've made with it and other ideas. This is one piece of paper I made using the rubber stamps, a rose, and this flower that looks like inspired by a William Morris design from the arts and crafts movement. Here's an old file folder, and I tried to make I'm going to turn this around slowly so I don't make you dizzy. Tried to use the center line of the old file folder. It's a recycled file folder. Try to use the center line as the line of symmetry and do things to the right and left of it. I used two colors when I stamped the big rose to add some dimension to it. I used stamp pads, but I also used markers to add more color in the center of the stamp before pressing it down. Here's a couple examples of the actual stamp. This is art foam and cardboard. Art foam and cardboard to make this one. Here's a few more examples. Another file folder, recycled. A little bit brighter colors. Another file folder. And here are some individual papers. I'm going to remove these so they're not a distraction, or so you can see the paper better. These were my first practice pages with using paper. And I used green and varieties of greenish blue for the roses. This is a different rubber stamp. On the background of this brown file folder are hexagon shapes that I cut out of stamped file folders and other things like that, brown paper, white paper, yellow paper. I used a variety of my own stamps and a few letters and numbers and other even manufactured stamps too. Following that idea, I decided to use a diamond shape as a stencil to make kind of a diamondy background. I used the same idea of small hexagons to create flowers on coffee dyed paper. This is actually a quilt pattern called Grandmother's Flower Garden, but I just adapted it to paper form. Here's another one. Of course, this time my hexagon stencil was real tiny, and here I just made a larger one. Remove those examples. Going back to my own rubber stamps, I made some strawberry rubber stamps using art foam again, and I combined it with the roses and I don't know what you'd call that, kind of like a sheaf of wheat or something. I kind of stylized some formal looking ones and just made little, snips of art foam to make those shapes. Using purple for the roses in that example. I think I was trying for sort of some symmetry here, a little bit. When I started using the strawberries, I thought I really want something someone could write on, so I made it fainter on that one. And then I decided to just do some drawings with strawberries. Actually, I started with the stamps and then embellished the stamps with darker colors using art markers. And one more example of something I've made lately, kind of show and tell, are these rustic labels. I made one for myself so I could reproduce it over and over and keep using it. But a lot of these are my own rubber stamps, and I cut them out into ovals and other ticket shapes and rectangles or shapes of other kinds of tags and circles, and then made them into tabs, or tags, I should say, or labels. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the show and tell. Miss you, Honor and Luce.